Hi, this is Alan Tepper for Beyond Podcasting and Pro Video Coalition, and we're here today doing an unusual test recording with the new VideoMic NTG from Rode. And believe it or not, I'm 200 feet from the camera, and I'm not using a body recorder, and I'm not using a transmitter. I'm using an XLR balanced cable. But wait a minute, how can you do that? The VideoMic NTG is not balanced. Well, I'm doing it thanks to the magic of a converter also from Rode, which is in my left hand, which is the VXLR Plus. The VXLR Plus virtually allows you to use any microphone that is not balanced in a balanced environment, because it receives the 48 volts phantom power from the source, which in this case is the Sony PXW X70, which is 200 feet away where Francisco Javier is running the camera, and it brings it down to only 5 volts, and it changes the impedance of the connection to the microphone. Now, some people might be asking, but the VXLR Plus isn't really balanced. Well, as I've explained in prior articles, and I'll explain right now, there are actually 3 different types of balanced audio, and they're all balanced, but they're all different types of balanced. The first type, and probably the best to reject interference, is transformer balanced, but you only find that in the most expensive equipment. The second type, electronic balanced, is much more common, but that's not what's being used with the VXLR Plus either. The VXLR Plus is actually using a third type, which is called impedance balanced. Of course, the impedance is an issue that's correctly used with all 3 of them, and that's why when you use a device like this, which uses impedance balanced, it's compatible with all other device that was ever created to do balanced audio with 48 volts phantom. So how does this work, and how is it different? Well, unlike with the first 2, where the actual signal is going through 2 different conductors, the hot and the cold, and in inversed phase, in this case, the actual signal coming from the microphone, in this case my voice and maybe some traffic noise that you might be hearing and a little bit of wind, is probably only using one of the 2 conductors. So that part of it is truly not balanced, but the fact that there are a hot and a cold, in addition to the ground, which is optional in any balanced circuit, but we do have a ground because that's part of the XLR cable. Any RF or EMF signal that injects into the cable is indeed injected into both conductors in reverse phase, and therefore they are canceled out at the destination point, which is the balanced input of the PXW X70 Sony camera. So that's why we get the benefit. So the whole point of this is to show that even though the VideoMic NTG is not a balanced microphone, not sold as such, it can be used in an extreme situation like this, 200 feet away with an XLR balanced cable with 48 volts phantom power, and it can also be used directly onto a camera using plug-in power, just with a 3.5 millimeter connection to the camera, analog, or it can be used with a USB connection digitally to a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer. So we have so much flexibility with this microphone, with so many different types of connections, balanced with an optional converter, which is less than $30, the VXLR Plus, less than $30 US, or unbalanced when it's a short distance directly to a camera or camcorder input with a 3.5 millimeter, or even digital via the USB-C. So that's what I wanted to show today, and I hope you enjoyed watching this.